Hey my friends, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion. We're coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. As you can see behind me, we are at the Antique Mall of America. I came here a couple days ago. I was completely blown away by some of the cool stuff they had, so I want to come back and share it with you guys. It is super hot, so let's get inside. Daze with Jordan the Lion and you all. It begins right now. Great mural on the side of the building. Pretty much everything Vegas you can ask for. It's right here at the Vegas Point Plaza. This place is huge. I mean, absolutely huge. But I found the coolest stuff right when you enter. So I really love this booth because this actually has a chair from Janet Jackson's estate with the Julian's auction listing from when it was sold originally. How cool is that? And then I was totally blown away by this. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's freaking 3D. It's coming out of the artwork. Look. You can see down here. How cool. There, you can see from back here how deep it really is. Kind of expensive. It's like 2,500 bucks, but really cool. Looks like it came out of Elvis-orama Museum. A little bit of blinged out art of Elvis. Now in the same booth that was selling the Elvis picture, they actually have some of his prescription bottles for sale with letters of authenticity. They say they're from Dr. Nick. I might look in to see how much these are. Problem is you just never know if they're real. These do look real. I mean, they look really aged. So you just told me a really fascinating story about yourself. Can you tell it again?
Yes, I worked at the Las Vegas Hilton from December 1974 to March of 1977. I did the Elvis room, Glenn Campbell, Bill Cosby, and Margaret. She was my favorite. And so every night we would see him come down the elevator to go to the show. He waved to everyone. Said
he was
hello.
Friendly?
Very friendly. Very friendly.
That's so cool. That's crazy because you were telling me, you're like, oh, now seeing what people pay for just anything he ever touched or whatever. You're like,
I threw away.
Yeah, you cleaned his room. That's so crazy. Thank you for telling that.
You're welcome.
And then I'm not sure if this is supposed to be one of Elvis's copies or not. There's no sign for it. But they have a sign for a couple things that aren't for sale anymore. A TCB pendant and chain given to Alan Fortas. And then here they're selling it says black robe with red trim. 1970s Elvis's black robe with red trim from a Memphis Mafia member. But it doesn't say which one. And here's one for some aviator sunglasses. But they don't have the sunglasses here, so I'm not sure why the letter of authenticity is here, but not the sunglasses. So they're basically asking $2,500 per bottle, and then $5,000 for the robe. Let's see if they'll get it out, because you can't really see much from here. See what it looks like. Here's the robe. Doesn't have any embroidery or like any monograms on it. Kind of what I was wondering, and no size. But definitely looks like something he could have worn. Just hard to know for sure unless you have a photo of him in it. And there's some of Elvis's Hilton purple scarves. The International. Pretty cool case of stuff there. Very interesting. And then the bowling trophy is for second place in the 1965-66 Elvis Presley Fireman's A-League. Fresh on the heels of her being announced to be paroled, they have a newspaper article about Leslie Van Houten. And a Manson guitar to go with it. Well, this was actually about her 14th parole bid. At another booth I saw this. I was a big fan of this. It's Laurel and Hardy. Look at that giant skull necklace. That thing's amazing. Keebler Elf telephone. Kind of a cool painting of Napoleon up there. Big one too. It's a Star Trek costume. Oh, I had this when I was a kid. My grandparents got me that. The Laurel and Hardy puppet. Yep, I had that one. They have so much cool stuff here. Look at that. Some cool stuff here. That Coors Light. It's kind of cool. Those glass dolphins. Then look at all the depression glass back there. Guitarist Bruce Kulick and his wife are huge into this stuff. They love it. It's pretty cool. Here's Have Gun Will Travel. Take a look at that. Now check this one out. This one really caught my eye when I was here the other day because, well, that right there. Signed by all the actors from Ed Wood. Just doesn't have a price anywhere. Problem. Autographs look good to me though. And of course Johnny Depp. The little detail I loved about this is that if you look at this, whoever made it did the wood in Angora. It's actual Angora behind there. Now take a look at this. This is an army jacket. They don't say it was from the Glenn Miller story, but the display is from the Glenn Miller story, and it's a picture of Jimmy Stewart playing Glenn Miller, and then an autograph down here, and then an autograph picture of Glenn Miller himself. And then for $4,750, that picture / painting of the Rolling Stones is signed by every member of the band. So they have some pretty cool stuff here. And these say they're Harry Houdini's handcuffs. $4,800. Then a really cool piece of music signed by Barbra Streisand. You just can't find this stuff everywhere. That's why Vegas is so cool. The old school stuff floating around here. This piece was painted by Val Kilmer. So he's an artist. He did this painting and this whole matting and everything. And then it's got the playing cards. It's got a little plaque card there. It says Val Kilmer Original Pop Dog Painting 2014. And then here for $3,000, that is a signed Charlie Chaplin program from the Tivoli, The Gold Rush. When the Gold Rush premiered. Isn't this crazy, some of this stuff? Signed picture from Lady Antebellum when they were still Lady Antebellum. And then that is signed by Josephine Baker and Maurice Chevalier. Here's Josephine Baker. Here's Chevalier. Says licensed Cherry Mahogany doll. Never heard of him. Now let's take a look in this booth. They said they used to keep a lot of that Elvis stuff in this booth, but they wanted to move it closer so they could keep an eye on it because it's such high dollar stuff. Beatles dolls. Very cool. Oh, even the game. Flip Your Wig game. Talking Ed Grimley with a signed picture. $150, and that's not bad. Signed photo of Clark Gable, $225. Well, it's a cutout. It's got the cutout signature. I've seen a lot of Gable signatures, but I'm not close enough to picking out the right ones to know if it's good enough, so $225 is a bit high for me to risk. Signed picture of Eddie Vedder. Signed Duran Duran album. Signed a picture of Glenn Danzig. Signed picture of Roger Waters for $150. That's kind of surprising because he can be expensive sometimes. I mean, he's not one that gives a lot of autographs. That is signed by Kiss. They're asking $150. Signed by Gene and Paul. Signature from Michelle Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas. A cash check signed by Jack Haley, the Tin Man. $125 for this whole display. Not bad. Here's some backstage passes, all on One piece for 75 bucks. That's pretty good. Meatloaf, Bush, Madonna, Natalie Cole, Billy Joel, Moody Blues, Rod Stewart. There's a signed picture of Carrie Fisher with a doll. They're asking $325. Looks a lot like Carrie's signature from what I've seen. Signed picture of Alanis Morissette for $75. Orange is the New Black cast signed photo for $130. This is signed by Nurse Ratched. Whoa, that's cool. 140 bucks. Signed by Valley of the Dolls, Patty Duke, Barbara Perkins. And it comes with the sheet music. So there's Patty Duke's signature down there. And then Barbara Perkins is hidden back here on that sheet, but it's there. And here's a picture signed by Linda Lovelace. And the Chief, Will Sampson from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. 150 bucks. Signed picture of David Crosby. Disneyland slides. You can get the Charles Manson Life magazine. That's signed by Naomi Judd, Ted Nugent. Ed TV Cast signed that hat. So it's got Ron Howard, Martin Landau, Sally Kirkland. That's signed by Van Morrison, that picture. And then that is signed by Matt and Trey from South Park. Here's some old Playboys and Mad magazines. Signed picture of Sally Field back here. Okay. What the heck? Signed picture of Jeff Bridges, the Big Lebowski. Oh, there's some Elvis stuff here. I think that's what they meant. Oh, looks like there's a check. Hard to miss that. That is huge. That thing is. Wow. Yeah, but let's see what this check's all about over here. Well, there's a signed picture of Jimmy Velvet. Then here's the check, so it's probably legit. E.A. Presley. Handwritten check stub. There's your certificate of authenticity from Jimmy Velvet. Pretty mind-blowing stuff here already, huh? Karma, karma, karma. Yeah, this booth was pretty cool too. If you like the really big stuff. Where are you gonna find that? Huh? Where are you gonna find that guy? Somewhere else. Look at this thing. That is beautiful. There's a pipe box. Little Orphan Annie still in the box. That's actually pretty cool. Pink and white Rosato guitar, which I've never actually heard of, but it just looks really cool. I like the details to it. They're asking $2,500. And there's a sword down here. Naval officer sword. Jeez, what a candelabra. All those skulls. There's all kinds of wacky, cool stuff in this one. Anybody need one of those for your house? Oh yeah, there's more. Is that Elvis as a cow? Or bull? That's kind of cool. Never seen that before. I know, really cool. Like around every corner, there's just something way different. Louis Armstrong. Signed Playboy by Sable. Here they have a couple of comic books that are signed. One in the middle is signed by Jennifer Flowers. The one on the left signed by Robert Shapiro. Whoops. Close, but not the same person. Look at that awesome golden nugget bunny clip. There's the key to Fort Lauderdale if anybody was looking to buy one. Get you in anywhere. California raisins. Oh, Rey Mysterio. Signed Rey Mysterio picture. Who's this back here? Joyce with love. Signed picture of Yoko for $300. Signed photo of Burt Ward. $199, $200. And there's a different Sable signed. See, they also sell religious artifacts, all kinds of stuff. Signed picture of Shirley MacLaine for $65. Signed picture of Rudy Valley for $65. Signed picture of Robert Goulet. God love you, Ann and Bill. Robert Goulet. I don't know an Ann and Bill, but if I did, it'd be yours. Hey, he was on California Dreams. That was Sly. That was their manager, Sylvester. His name's Michael something. Look at this. Looks like this is a little Groucho down here. And then, yeah, it's a Groucho musical decanter. And then look at all these canes that are made out of pool balls. Here's a little game here, a little bowling game. And they have a big women's section over here. Just tons and tons of stuff, but there's a cool, you can kind of see it, there's Lucy up there. Cool old picture of Lucy. If you wear hats, this is the place for you. They have just about every woman's hat you can think of. Peace out, dude. Here's a bunch of Disney dollars framed. And a signed helmet by Matthew Stafford, who won the Super Bowl for the Rams. What a crazy piece of art, huh? This booth is just tons and tons of cameras and lenses. Signed picture of Betty White, $195. Look at all these. Wow. They also have a ton of turquoise jewelry. Look at all the rings. The watches and bracelets. Now this is interesting. In a whole booth of like ceramic items, they have this one drawing of Marmaduke you can buy from the actual artist. It's kind of cool. Over here they have a bunch of lithographs. Salvador Dali right there. That one's Picasso. There's a Picasso, $325. Salvador Dali. Hand signed and numbered. That's 1 out of 100. That's numbered 1 out of 100. It's $950. That's a Renoir lithograph. There's a giant Darth Vader on top of this case of all Star Wars stuff. Well, not all Star Wars. Pinhead snuck in there. But there's your Star Wars bar set for $400. Oh, that glass is so cool. Murano glass. It says original matchbook from Windows of the World. 1980. It was a restaurant, the Cellar in the Sky, at the top of the Empire State Building. Here's an old big boy menu. They have a second floor. I'm just going to show you a little bit on the second floor. There's a ton to see here. In case you're going out in the snow, you could probably use those. Donald Trump the game. I never even knew they made Cheers action figures. Cliff Clavin the figure. This booth sells all game use stuff from the Golden Knights. Vegas Golden Knights. So you've got like locker room stuff. You've got signed sticks, signed skates. Those are all game use sticks right there. What a weird mannequin. Now that I'm seeing what it is, I like it a lot. I thought those were like sequins. They're not sequins. They're those stick-on googly eyes. All kinds of weird stuff here. Look at this. This is a Brendan Fraser movie. There's a Hagstrom guitar for sale, an old Hagstrom, 1966, and some cool cowboy boots. Signed picture by James Doohan. Here they've got some Indian blankets and animal hides and stuff like that. Very cool music stand. Signed picture from Steve Allen. This was kind of interesting, I noticed. Everything in here is signed by Shane Victorino. All the jerseys, all the hats, all the baseballs, everything. But it's not game used stuff, so not really sure. Because you can tell the hats all have stickers and stuff still on them. And then somebody made this one-of-a-kind shadow box for Survivor Series. Look at that. When he's getting screwed, the Montreal screw job. $800 and a couple Royal Rumble chairs. Dancing allowed only in the jukebox area. Thank you, management. Castle Grayskull from He-Man. He-Man. Look at that big picture of Jimmy Stewart in the background. It's a freaking big one. Just all kinds of cool stuff. Then over here they got a couple of Farrah Fawcett pictures. Don't see those too often anymore. For sale. Get regular cancer checkups. American Cancer Society. That's what that is. Who is that? It says David something. I can't place him. Over here's kind of a cool Dick Tracy piece of art. This is of Thurman Munson, but I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. Looks like maybe this was his pilot's license or something. So he did die in a plane crash. It's got his signature, but it couldn't be real. Not for $95. Both of these I loved. These I thought were just absolutely great. These big mirrors. One is for Roy Campanella. And then one is for Satchel Paige. And over here we have a couple of Three Stooges mugs. Some crazy stuff over here. Spider-Man. And over here I noticed at this booth they have a game-used Hanley Ramirez bat from '06. And he was Rookie of the Year that year. So that's kind of cool. It's Florida Marlins ears. With a certificate of authenticity right there. It is legit. Not a bad price either, $250. What's up, Fonzie? Signed photo from Savoy Brown. Now this is pretty cool if it's real. They're asking $250, and it says that it was from when Gene was on CSI. And it says there's a CSI autograph script, full script on the back of the frame. So that's just the front cover page. It has a kiss pic, it has a like little guest pass. Not sure if that's legit or not, but I don't know. Kind of cool if it is. That's a great record. There's the Beatles Butcher cover. Oh, cool. John Belushi. Oh, there's Betty Boop hiding. Hi, Betty. Here's an old program from the El Rancho of Lily St. Cyr. Picture of Elvis and Anne Margaret outside the Flamingo. This one caught my eye because it was hand drawn, and when I started looking, and I was kind of like, I kind of recognized the art style, especially the eyes, and then it says, enhance what you have, to my pal Craig, John K. And then it says, I am enhanced below it. And I realized John K. John K was the artist for Ren and Stimpy. So he would have done that for someone as a gift. They're asking $160 for it. It's a killer phantasm clock though, isn't it? And then look at that. Look at that gigantic picture right here. That is Jane Mansfield with another group of people. That thing is huge. Has to be 3 foot tall at least. And then they have a stack of these, which are original place settings or placemats for El Rancho. Seeing all of this didn't entice you to want to come check this place out, the Antique Mall of America? I don't know what to tell you. I love this place. And here's a ton of those Precious Moments figures here. We just went to that chapel. They have an entire chapel that the artist does all these created. Kind of interesting. Somebody did the 1992 Dream Team as babies. So there's Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Patrick Ewing. Alright, my friends, we're going to call it a day. I want to thank Eden, Matt Chipman, and Tracy Davis for becoming my newest patrons, helping to support this channel. We will see you all next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Till then, goodbye.